Noah Ruiz always believed in loyalty. Growing up in the dry heat of Sierra City, he and his father, Miguel Ruiz, built a modest auto repair shop together. A two-bay garage, honest work, and Sundays spent drinking cold soda and watching baseball. Miguel taught Noah everything: how to fix an engine, how to measure parts, how to talk kindly to customers who couldn't afford much. Noah's world was small and safe until the day the fire came. The fire wasn't literal. It was corporate, political, and personal. A national chain called Auto Pro Max wanted to build a massive complex downtown. They promised jobs, better roads, brighter neon signs. The city council was tempted, and one of the voices pushing hardest was Rachel Trent, a developer with no ties to Sierra City, except she saw an opportunity. She whispered promises into ears of council members: increased tax revenue, big bucks, modernity. Miguel Ruiz spoke in the opposite whisper. He said, "They'll push out people like us. The rents will skyrocket. The neighborhood will be replaced." No one wanted to believe him. They saw shiny promises. Noah saw more. He saw his father's hands cracked by grease and sweat. He saw his mother's garden being bulldozed in unspoken corporate plans. Rachel Trent was not a villain from birth. She, too, grew up poor, but she believed the system could be bent in one's favor. She believed that growth meant sacrifice. Jobs meant progress. And she believed she was saving Sierra City by bringing in Auto Pro Max. Miguel Ruiz became her opponent. He spoke at public hearings. He organized petitions. He refused to sell his family's lot. Rachel tried negotiation first. She offered to buy the Ruiz property at a lucrative price. She offered contracts to the shop to be the official repair partner to Auto Pro Max. She offered benefits. Miguel refused every proposal. Noah watched as Rachel's offers grew in sheen, but not in integrity. He saw the councilman smile behind closed doors. He heard the shouts of progress when people still needed their water pipes fixed. Then came the day Noah learned of the real betrayal. One of Miguel's oldest friends, John Delgado, who'd always been like an uncle to Noah, went to Rachel behind closed doors. He was promised a high-ranking position managing the Auto Pro Max service section. In exchange, he would persuade Miguel to accept Rachel's deal. John showed up at the shop, hesitant, rubbing his hands. He said, "Miguel, Rachel's offering more money than you think. She's got the city council. You fight, you'll lose. Let's just get something out of this." Miguel shook his head. "I don't want something. I want fairness. I want the people who built this town to be remembered." That night, John made public statements, anonymous leaks supporting Rachel's plan. The next week, agents showed up to inspect the Ruiz property. Zoning was suddenly against them. Permits were denied. Environmental reports were demanded. The Ruiz shop was branded non-compliant, hazardous, the very words used to condemn them. Within 6 months, Miguel was forced to close the shop. Fines piled up. Legal notices arrived. Without the shop, income dried. The family home, built by Miguel in sweat and bolts, was under. Revenge, Noah decided, would be justice. He enrolled in law school, night classes. He worked at small-time firms handling environmental law, zoning, city codes. He saved every dollar. He learned the loopholes that had suffocated his father. Rachel Trent, proud and untouchable, rarely saw him. She was always busy with her big plans, expanding Auto Pro Max, constructing retail centers, winning awards. Her public personality was polished. Her private one had security, lawyers, and secrets. Noah's first move was small. He researched every contract Auto Pro Max had with Sierra City. He combed through the city council meeting minutes, zoning board decisions, environmental impact reports. He gathered evidence: environmental violations, permit irregularities, safety code breaches, things Rachel's people concealed or ignored. He made friends with those who had lost their homes, families displaced, small shop owners pushed out. He listened to them. He collected affidavit after affidavit. One of his key allies was Maria Lopez, a single mother who had owned a bakery but was evicted when Auto Pro Max raised her rent sky high. She had photographs, tax filings, lease agreements. Another was Detective Aaron Barnes, an honest investigator in the municipal building inspection department. He had raised concerns about foundation cracks in the Auto Pro Max building, but his reports were buried. Noah worked quietly, almost invisibly. He didn't make speeches. He didn't lash out in public. He let Rachel's critics speak. He built a case and built allies. It was early autumn when Noah made his move. First, he submitted a whistleblower complaint to the state attorney general's office, naming Rachel's company for illegal zoning changes, for environmental violations in regards to water runoff, unsafe building codes, misuse of public funds for tax incentives she wasn't qualified for. Second, he leaked documents to local journalists, a photo of a cracked foundation in Auto Pro Max emails. That night, at a city council meeting, Rachel appeared to plead forgiveness. She wanted a vote to save her company, to keep the taxes flowing, to prevent jobs from being lost. But family spoke, Maria, Clara, dozens others. Noah watched from the back, chest tight. When his turn came, he went to the podium. His voice calm but clear. You talk about jobs. I lost my father's shop, my grandmother's home. My city is divided. You speak of progress, but you mean profit. Maybe you saw the same Sierra City I did, where people's voices were worth more than neon signs, where loyalty meant something, where fairness mattered. Rachel tried to interrupt. The mayor asked for order, but the room, full of people wronged, would not be silenced. The council voted. Rachel's contracts were revoked. Auto Pro Max was fined. Rachel was barred from future public contracts. As for the property she acquired, a landmark status was proposed for the older neighborhood, protections for renters. In the weeks after the vote, Sierra City changed again, but differently. The old bakery reopened, Maria Lopez's. Small businesses got grants. The Ruiz property was declared a heritage site. Ruiz Auto and Community Repair became a non-profit training center, where local youth learned mechanical skills, coached by Noah and others. Miguel returned to teach. Rachel Trent withdrew quietly. She lost her position. Her reputation was damaged. Whether she tried to rebuild in another city, no one remembers. Her legacy in Sierra City became a cautionary tale. Noah stood on the steps of the newly reopened community center with Clara, Miguel, Maria, and many neighbors. The sun touched rusted metal frames, flowering vines climbing. The sounds of laughter where once there were only protests. He felt vengeance complete, not because Rachel suffered, but because justice had been restored.